Okay, guys, welcome to our 21st community call. It's the 10th of August, 2023. I'm Lud, on the Jesus Crust on Twitter. Currently located in Toronto. I'm preparing for the Futurist conference in Toronto and the Toronto Blockchain Week, where Crust will be represented. But I guess you will hear more about that in the next community call. Then I would say, let's jump in. We start with some network stats. You probably already noticed our new weekly stats, which we share on a weekly basis via Twitter and our socials. Currently just below 700,000 terabyte of storage, just below 1,600 nodes. Staking rate currently at 13.2% and more than 1.8 million storage orders executed on our mainnet. Looking at our technological progress, we did a lot of work at the EVM side of our storage services. You probably know from the announcements last month, we announced our EVM storage protocol, and we keep improving it. For example, we solved some vulnerability issues. We created the documentation around our EVM technology. So when you go to Crust Wiki, you will find now a whole new section about EVM, which includes different chains like Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum. And just recently we also finished the demo for the zk-Sync ecosystem. And having the protocol improvements on the protocol side is one thing, but obviously this has to be integrated with our products. And on Crust Files, we, for example, started implementing the VM protocol by adapting the permanent storage functionality, and for example by modify the interface a little bit. And on top of that, we added a lot of different gateways. For example, when you upload a file, you can choose now between more than 10 different gateways, whatever works best for you, whatever is closest to you, to improve the user experience, to improve retrieval and upload speed, and make it even better to use. Then you also know already about our campaign, which we launched with Apilon, to host 100 websites for 100 Web3 projects for free on Crust Network. And this is something we're still promoting. We already have several projects that signed up for this campaign. And if you maybe build a dApp yourself, or if you build a homepage yourself, you can join this. We built a super easy to use GitHub action, and it's free for the very first 100 projects. And we guarantee the storage for 100 years. Then we partnered with a new project with Anime, which is a Web3 gaming-oriented platform. They also use, for example, NFT technology for their in-game assets, and Crust will collaborate with Anime to provide decentralized storage, for example, for their NFT metadata, and also for other assets within their gaming ecosystem. And Crust becomes or enjoys more and more awareness, especially within Hong Kong. The crypto narrative in Hong Kong is picking up, and Crust is also heavily represented in this ecosystem in Hong Kong. And we also, for example, got mentioned here by Meta area within the broader ecosystem, the Hong Kong Web3 landscape under the infrastructure services. Also, we were mentioned among the leading DPIN projects by Messari Crypto. So DPIN stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. That's basically what Crust is doing in a broader sense. Obviously, this can be categorized in different niches, and Crust falls under the category of storage networks, where we got mentioned, for example, next to Arweave, next to Filecoin, or other smaller decentralized storage projects. So we're happy to see more and more awareness coming to the DePIN sector overall, and we believe it will be a strong narrative for the next bull run. Another partnership we scored is the one with Biomed Technologies. So Biomed Technology is a Hong Kong-based startup, and they, together with Crust, will be building a blockchain-based health data platform, and Crust will serve as storage layer to serve to store all the sensible and valuable data. Then another partnership we have to improve the user experience on our Discord is with Web3 Analytics. This is basically a new bot function which will help get newcomers get started. We will slowly open this bot to answer questions of our community, and that you don't always have to wait for feedback from the team. And we made some waves within the Arbitrum ecosystem with our new Crust EVM storage protocol. Our blog article was picked up by the Arbitrum main account, by the Arbitrum developer account, which they shared among their community. And we also have some nice incentives planned for Arbitrum builders to use Crust network, to use our storage services. And we're going to incentivize that by using some part of our Arbitrum airdrop we received as very early partner from the Arbitrum ecosystem. And in this way, we're going to pay back to the ecosystem, and also want to encourage builders to actually build on Crust, to leverage our services, and to drive adoption and usage to our network. Okay, let's jump to the community section of our community call. In June, there was the main Polkadot Decoded event in Copenhagen, which we joined, and also our team based in Asia joined the Polkadot Decoded satellite event, which took place in Shanghai. And yeah, here are a few pictures. You, for example, see our co-founder and CTO, Luke, talking about Crust Network. And we also joined some side events where we partnered up with Gear, one of our partner projects, where we also broke the news about our new Crust EVM storage protocol. But also on the European side, we have been quite active. So we, for example, joined the Ethereum ECC in Paris this year. Also, there was the Polkadot-Paris.com event happening, where we were represented with a keynote speech. And while being in Paris, I also took part in the Arbitrum Day event, and also joined the Polygon event, where I had the chance to talk to the Polygon founders and what their view is on decentralized storage, and it was a super interesting event. And also on the online side, we had some representation, for example, by Cinso. They had a Twitter space where we talked about the role of decentralized storage in the next generation internet. And this has been joined by many projects that actually are pioneering in the space. And we as Crust Network, we're part of this, and it was super interesting event. That's from my side. If you have any questions, I'm still here to answer it. So feel free to either pop it in the chat or just speak in your mic.